Ask Tom on Home Show.
Lyle from Magnolia, Texas has a question about slab moisture.
Yeah, he asked us about this last year, Tom. Lyle writes, I had porcelain tile put in hoping the moisture would just pass through the tile and dissipate magically. Now we have white caulk-like powder in the grout. Is there anything can be done about that? If it is the moisture barrier under the slab was not could it be that the moisture barrier, he says, wasn't installed correctly? We think it has been happening in this room even before we bought it. We have a fireplace that is on the same wall as the area where the leak is, but the baseboard and the wall frame is not wet as far as we can tell. What's your advice on that? You want to look at that? There you go.
No, it's efflorescence. I know exactly what it is, and he's got a drainage issue. But I want to alleviate some of the misconceptions. One is that the vapor barrier under there was not installed properly. First off, I'm sure it's there, and I'm sure it's in little tiny pieces about this big around, flaking all over the place. That stuff was never meant to last very long, and it doesn't keep water from coming up into the slab. People make that mistake all the time. When you put that plastic down, you put your steel in, you pour your concrete, you finish it all off. The reason it's there is for that initial pour. When you pour your concrete, it keeps the ground from sucking the water out of the concrete. So your concrete goes through a process called a curing process. It's a chemical process where it starts to heat up and it starts to harden. If the water is pulled out, the strength of the concrete drops tremendously. So that's there to keep the curing process constant, so it doesn't fluctuate in the moisture. I'm sorry, I lost my looking for the right word. So that's not the issue. The issue is I think you have a drainage problem somewhere. It's along that outside wall. I don't know how the drainage issue is going or is working around your home. Water needs to drain away from your house by at least 4 feet, which are just standard FHA rules, before it heads to the street or back to the storm drains or wherever you're going to put it. If you have a gutter system that's failing, if it's not there and you need one, if you've built up flower beds around your home, all these things will cause something like that to happen. Tile wood didn't fail. It's just the concrete has a high moisture content, and the efflorescence is growing, so it's ugly. It's not dangerous to you or anything. It's just ugly. So find out why the drainage problem's there. Let the slab dry out. And if you can't handle that water problem, then you got to rethink maybe some other kind of floor covering. I'm not sure which one. I really think it's going to be a drainage issue you have to handle. The last comment, always handle drainage issues from the outside of the home. Don't try to seal them on the inside of the home. That's not the answer, because the water at that point's already trying to get in. So it's something outside. If it's a drainage issue, Mike Ball, Irrigation, Landscaping, and Lighting in the Houston area. He's a licensed irrigator. He can take care of it. If it's a gutter system or a combination of both, custom gutters, there's a lot of people that can take care of this. And if your chimney is leaking, last one is Lord's Chimney. They take care of all the leaks around a chimney to make sure it stays dry, because that could be a real problem that was spread throughout.
That was the one place he said they didn't have it, was over by the chimney.
Okay. So. I just remember the chimney, and then again the roof. If it's a roof, I deal roofing. So, I mean, there's a lot of people that can help you, but we got to find out why the water's there. I think it's drainage.
And Texas Floors could put a floor in for you, and then once you're done with the water
they'll
paint,
be beautiful.
Rudy can come out and paint. I'm trying to think who else we can get in here.
And Abacus Plumbing.
When's the last time you checked your electrical panel? You can hold right touch. Yeah, okay.
I just thought I'd throw them in there.
You got a question for Tom?
The point was it can be a lot of different things.
Click on the Ask Tom button, friends, and then you can either send us a video or a written question. We don't get a lot of video questions, but that's okay. We're happy to answer the questions. What we do get, though, are pictures, and you click that little button on the bottom and add your picture, because that'll help us to give you and everybody else a better answer, because your question could be somebody else's answer as well, and that's why we do this. And while you'll find these posted new every day on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, of course, at HomeShowRadio.com.